Hey guys, this is Not Lambers of Invoked 101. Welcome back, and so this is my updated Evilswarm deck. I figured there's some stuff that I wanted to put in this, mainly just one card and some stuff from the extra deck, but this is a updated Evilswarm deck. Really, just one of my favorite decks that, like, ever since I started adding on to my deck collection and building new stuff, this has gone up there as one of my favorites. But before we get into the actual deck profile, down in the description there's a link to our Discord if you want to chat with us, as well as a link to our Patreon if you want to back the channel. All that stuff goes right back into the deck profile. So with that out of the way, we're going to move these spells and traps and the extra deck off to the side, and we will talk about the monsters. The first monster and the main man of the deck is Evilswarm Caster. This guy, during the turn he's normal summoned, you get an extra normal summon for an Evilswarm. Simple, plain, rank 4, 1750, very just overall good, just one of the best ones. And then the other really good one we have is Evilswarm Kirkion. So this guy's effect is you can banish an Evilswarm from your graveyard and then get a different Evilswarm from your graveyard back to your hand, and then you get an extra normal summon for an Evilswarm. So basically banish one, add one, summon it. Very, very cool. And then right after him we have the other one, which is Mandragora, which says if your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you get to special summon this card from your hand. So very useful. And then we have one of the other super useful Evilswarms, and that's mainly for one reason, but that is Heliotrope, who is a level 4 normal, sorry. Just very cool. And then the last one we play is Thunderbird, who basically just dips out, comes back, and gains some attack. But the reason we play the Heliotrope is for the Rescue Rabbit, which gives us extra. What this does is this basically just gives you a free rank 4 for the deck. So very cool card. And for the hand trap, which I only play one of in the deck, I play double Ghost Ogre. And by one of, I only mean I play one variant. But you could also play like 2 Ash, 2 Valor, whatever. You could probably cut Thunderbird and play 3 of one hand trap, which would probably, you might want it to be the Ash. But with that out of the way, that's it for the monsters. Really, they all have pretty simple effects, like, you know, extra normal summon, summon itself, and then normal monster, and then return. So it doesn't, if you don't know what Rescue Rabbit does, it banishes itself and summons 2 normals, so, which is why we play the Helio. That's it for the main deck monsters. For the spells, we have triple Allure of Darkness, since like the entire deck is dark. Very cool, just awesome draw power, lets you dig into the deck. To go along with it, we have double Pot of Desires. We play just about everything at 3, so 2 Pot of Desires doesn't hurt. Double Infestation Pandemic. What this does is it makes your Evilswarms unaffected by spells and traps for the turn. 2 MST, which could probably be Twin Twisters if you really wanted it to. I just have those in there as placeholders. And that's it for the spells and traps. Or for the spells, sorry. We have plenty of traps. So this is where the actual like Evilswarm type stuff gets coming into play. We have 1 Infestation, which if you don't know what Infestation does, lets you shuffle 1 main deck Evilswarm back into the main deck and add a different from either hand or field into the deck, and then add 1 from your deck to the hand. So it's kind of like a searcher, but you got to return it. It's kind of like personal spoofing. There we go. That's a good one. Of that, we have 2. There can only be 1 very good stall card, just because all the Evilswarms are different types. So you have like a warrior, a spellcaster, all that kind of stuff. And then we have a small solemn package of warning and 2 strike. So for the negates, 2 mistake, which says neither player can add cards from the deck to the hand except by drawing them. So this is a really cool card, just to like stall out your opponent. 2 anti-spell, which says no spell cards unless they were set for a whole turn. And then lastly, the newest card in the deck, and honestly one of the most useful, Crackdown. Just a super awesome card. Being able to like steal an opponent's monster, negate it, and turn it into a rank 4 or into a link monster in this deck is super, super useful. Just another stun card for the deck. And that is it for the spells and traps. So we'll set that off to the side. And getting into the extra deck, we have my personal favorite Evilswarm monster, which is Ophion. Actually, that's a lie. I like Kirkion just a little bit more. But when it comes to the extra deck, you can't beat Ophion. When he has an Xyz material, level 5 and higher monsters cannot be special summoned by your opponent, right? Nope, just in general. And then he has another effect which says you can detach one Xyz material to search an Evilswarm spell or trap card from your deck to your hand and add it to it. Very cool card. After that, we have Bahamut, who is like a snatch steal. You get to detach one, discard an Evilswarm, and then steal a monster your opponent controls just forever. And then we have the 3 level 4 monsters right here, which is Ouroboros, who has 3 different effects. One, I believe, so you detach one of them, pick one of the 3 effects, which is target a card your opponent controls, return it to the hand, send a random card from your opponent's hand to the graveyard, or target one card in your opponent's graveyard and banish it. So because this one's Trishula, I believe this one is Brio, and wait. Yeah, right? This one's Brio? I forget. Who cares? But yeah, they're the 3 Ice Barrier Dragons. I forgot what the third one was. Is it like Dulorn? Something like that. But yeah, this is the Sea Serpent one. This is Brio, and this is oh man, what's it called? Trishula. So very cool. And then after that we have the boy. I think I got an upgrade on this one. He's now secret rare. Evilswarm Exiton Knight, who you know, just because he's a really good rank 4 generic and is like a Black Rose Dragon, just being able to detach if your opponent has more cards than you once per chain during your main phase or opponent's battle phase, you just blow up the whole board. Then we got Evilswarm Nightmare, another very cool card. What this card does is it says when your opponent special summons a monster, except during damage step, detach a material, change it to face down defense position. 1950 defense, so pretty neat. After that we have Steel Swarm Roach. This says if a level 5 or higher monster would be special summoned, detach a material, negate the special summon, and destroy it. So another very cool addition. And that's it for the Evilswarm extra deck stuff. But we do have some other generic stuff. So, oh well, actually we have 2 Link monsters, which is 2 Origin, who works pretty well with some cards, but honestly, this card should have been much better. It kind of sucks. It's not very good. And then for the generic stuff, we have 1 Baguska to make install the opponent, 1 Abyss Dweller to negate their graveyard effects, a Wee Witch because the entire deck is dark, and a Underclock Taker to make with the other with Crackdown. So there we go. That is what we got when it comes to Evilswarms. As far as this deck goes, I've always, like, ever since I built this deck, I've enjoyed playing it. I think it's a really fun, kind of stunny, stall type, just anti-meta deck. And that's really what Evilswarm is. They really do just kind of specialize in that kind of strategy. And they perform it really well against certain matchups. I've stalled out Mech Knights and other level 5 or higher heavy decks, such as Blue Eyes and whatnot at casual locals, and even one night at competitive locals, I think I went like 3-1 with this deck, which was pretty incredible. But yeah, so that's my Evilswarm deck. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to go check out the description. Link to our Discord and Patreon is down there, and I will see you guys in the next video.